A plant that is said to have been discovered in World War II when a soldier brought one back he discovered in the wild. One of the most expensive and sought after variegated monstera, popularized by Mr. Kunzo himself. This is the story of the Monstera White Monster. Our story begins in Osaka, Japan. Kunzo Nishihata, one of Japan's most famous plant growers, has been collecting rare plants for over 30 years. He's a collector of all plant varieties, not just aroids. But he's become popular on the internet for his work with various variegated monstera. He was one of the first people on Instagram to show off variegated versions of Monstera deliciosa. He's been collecting rare plants from all around the world, such as this white variegated from Hawaii he collected around 15 years ago. He is in fact the source for all of our Albo Monstera mother plants. Japan has been a powerhouse of exporting rare plants in recent years. He's known for discovering and naming many variegated monstera, such as Yellow Marilyn, named after Marilyn Monroe, as well as Monstera White Tears, and of course, Monstera White Monster. Here he shows us 3 different variegated monstera: White Tears, White Variegated, and White Monster. He's not shy of naming different mutations of monstera he comes across. Full mint monstera is often confused with white monster, and the differences are subtle, but here's what we've discovered. They are both large form Monstera deliciosa. White monster is heavily white, often with faint green veination. It has the ability to become much more white than the mint monstera. The new leaves come out very white and tend to darken to a more green, similar to how a Florida ghost does. But sometimes the white monster will push all white leaves and the variegation will remain, keeping the bright white on the lower leaves with a faint green veination throughout. On the left, we have our mint monstera from tissue culture, and on the right, we have the white monster monstera. The variegation of white monster will tend to vary, and at times the plant will push out all green leaves. Kunzo says he cuts the base of the plant if this happens, and the variegation almost always returns. Because Kunzo is the source of white monster, the sure way to get it is to buy a part of his lineage. Sean from Onlyplants walks us around Kunzo's nursery in Japan, as Kunzo explains the characteristics of white monster.
Yellow Marilyn.
Yeah, and you named it.
I named.
Yeah. And now very popular.
Yes. And this monster is very nice.
Oceania? Or
No.
what is the name?
This one I called super mint.
Super mint. Interesting.
Always like this. Very nice.
Okay.
名前をつけるのは上手ですね。
そうかな。結構いっぱいつけてるな。ホワイトモンスターもそう。
そっちの方が正直覚えやすいんです。
覚えやすい。この辺が今ホワイトモンスター。
Yeah.
このホワイトモンスターっていうのはだいたい真っ白になって、でこういう風なちょっと風に入っていろんなチリ風状になったりやや、島風にはならんけどそういう風入りが現れるんやけど、ある時は全くのグリーンになってしまうの。これがこれの性質。それでもまた植え替えたりカッティングいろんなことによってこの性質は永遠に抜けないから、ある時これもホワイトモンスター、こういうふうになることがある。でこういうふうになった時にこの幹をカッティング、カッティングするとトップよりもここから下から出る根が白くなる率がかなり高い。
The white monster first appeared on Instagram around 2017, but as we said before, it's been around since World War II. But like other aroids, it didn't really take off until the COVID plant boom of 2020, where some specimens fetched $5,000 to $15,000. In late 2023, here in the US, large specimens still fetch around $1,000, and small plants fetch around $300 to $600. As we learned from Mike at IAS, the versions of variegated monstera could be endless. Kunzo backs up this point with a humorous Instagram post of a seed-found sport of Monstera deliciosa. As the flecking looks much like Thai constellation, he says, and I quote, "This one is not Thai constellation. There is a world of difference between a diamond and shit." Aside from his humor, there's much to be learned from Mr. Kunzo Nishihata. For instance, the spectrum of small to larger form Monstera deliciosa, and that things are rarely binary, but probably a spectrum, much like the variegation patterns we strive to slap a name onto, when they are more likely a blend. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, please click the like button down below, and we'll make more of this in the future. Have a great day, everyone. And remember to subscribe.